Well, now that my weapons are roller skates, I should probably wear a helmet. Just like my mother told me to. If only I had one.
Alright, I just made a Hero Factory joke that no one is going to get, and possibly offended millions of people. Wait, no. Put the brick down. Put the brick down! Hello everyone, and welcome to another recap review. Today I'm going to be looking over Onua Nuva, set number 8566. The number of parts is approximately 41, and at time of release, the set was approximately $8. Let's jump right into the pros. Pros would probably be, again, consistency with its former iteration. It does keep that hunchback look, and pretty much a lot of the same parts, fairly close to the original Onua. Now, as you can see, he's obviously upgraded, he's changed, he looks a little bit more bulkier. That's fine and all, but we're going to get into the complications of that. Another pro would probably be he actually has hands now, instead of the claws that just attach. His head kind of moves, so that's a neat thing. And overall, he looks like a better Toa of Earth. Standard points of articulation, of course. He actually has weapons this time, which I feel is a neat pro. It's pretty standard. Another pro I would consider is also the gear function, as per the other Toa. So, with basic pros out of the way, let's get into the cons. Cons, per usual, lack of moving elbows and knees. Another con I would probably say is actually the gear function, again, because it limits posability. No, it messes with posing and taking pictures. Simple solution, take this contraption, stick it right into the back here, and anyone who knows the result will know the outcome. Another con I would have to say would be the kind of enlarged attachments here. It looks kind of awkward at times, which is a little bit distracting, but not that big of a deal. Another con definitely would be his shorter arms, I feel at least. Shorter arms and the use of the Borak arms in general is kind of a weird option. I mean, he can do the basic defense stance, but they just look a little weird and stubby. And finally, last con would be his head attachment. Now, I know they had to figure out this is probably the best way to attach it, but sometimes the whole moving thing is a little weird, and it does stick out really far. So, I'm not really a fan of that. But that's basically Onua in a nutshell. Of course, I'm not going to end it there. Let's compare him to his Mata counterpart. Now, what they've obviously changed, Onua Nuva is a lot bulkier. You can tell. They're pretty much the same height. The mask just makes them a tad taller, which is extremely impressive, all things considered. Definite improvements on Onua Nuva is that he actually has arms and hands where Onua Mata doesn't, and he looks a little bit more formidable. Onua Mata does look younger, but I feel that works. Looks more novice and rookie-ish. But I do like Onua Mata's head connection a little bit better than Onua Nuva's. Granted, there wasn't much they could do, but that's still kind of a personal preference. But overall, they did a really good job conveying that it was Onua. The mask, it does not resemble the original Pakari very much at all, but it does get the sense that this is Onua across. It does look Onua-ish, but it does not resemble the original. So, I don't like that too much. So, that's pretty much the basics of the comparison. I'm going to now show you what you can do with these. As with the other Toa Nuva, all the weapons have a side function. Onua's is basically bionic roller skates. Take these saw pieces, and you take that out. You line up the hole on the saw piece with the axle hole on the foot. And then you attach it. You got one. Rinse and repeat on the other foot. And you have two. And there you go. he's got bionicle roller skates. Unlike Kopaka, his balance is a lot worse, even though you can attach him in pretty much the same place. Balance, if you aren't careful, ends up like that. But with proper balancing, it works just fine. So, it's a good way to do it. Kind of neat. Has a little bit of balancing issues, but that's what you can expect. So that is Onua Nuva. Honestly, he's good. It's a nice upgrade and a nice addition to the team, and definitely an improvement over Onua Mata. So, that pretty much wraps it up for this review. Join me next week when I will be going over the final Toa Nuva, Toa Nuva. Hope you all join me then, and thank you for watching.